Alrighty, guys. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back here to another live stream, my friends. Happy Wednesday, January 8th. Hope you guys are having a fantastic evening. So, from fire to snow, we are still dealing with that big fire problem down in California. Hey, man, I tell you what, please make sure you send out your prayers to the people affected out there in Los Angeles area. If you don't know what's going on, there is some really, really bad fires that has been breaking out in the region. It's been very, very bad out there. But what's up, guys? Welcome, everybody. Hope everyone's doing good. We do have ourselves a bit of a snowstorm here that we're going to be tracking in this live stream. We're going to be talking about what you can expect, where you can expect it, and all kinds of stuff. But before we go ahead and get into it, we'll see who we got here for today. We have Felmar, we have John, we have Court, we have Crystal. We have Sanchez, we have, let's see here, Peachy, let's see, Misty, we have ourselves Roadster Jim, let's see here, Gingerbread, let's see who else we got here, Nathan Annual, hope you're doing good. But what's up, guys? Of course, everybody else who is here but not chatting. So, like I mentioned, we do have a bit of a winter situation on our hands here. Things should start to fire off here pretty soon. We do have a bit of an ice storm involved here with this as well. As you can see, basically as we work our way into tomorrow morning here, this is right around 7 a.m. Eastern, so like 6 o'clock for you folks out in Texas time, Central Time here. So yeah, we will be dealing with a little bit of ice that'll be starting to work its way off here for the morning potentially. So we're going to have to look out not only for ice, but also for the snow and all of that mess here in general. But anyways, yeah, so let's go and hop away into models, y'all. We're not going to waste any time here. We're going to get into it. We have a few things we do need to look at. I do have some new stuff to show you guys today. So we actually have, I bought the subscription for this program here, and I now have access to the blend of models. So we'll be looking at the accumulations and stuff like that as well. So anyways, folks, so yeah, everything really starts to develop here for tomorrow. We work our way here into basically tomorrow afternoon for the most part. You guys can start to see a lot of winter weather starting to gather out here towards like northern Texas, portions of like Oklahoma, Dallas area is going to be getting a bit of ice and snow potential out there, according to GFS. So then we work our way here into the morning of the, let's see here, the morning of the 10th. So this is basically here for the day after tomorrow here going into Friday. And that's where everything really starts to wrap up here, where we really do start to get a lot of snow out there towards Texas, Arkansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, Kansas getting a little bit here as well. That's where really everything starts to really kick off here. Let's see here. Crystal coming in with a $2 super chat, my friend. Thank you so much. Crystal, I appreciate your support. Saying smash that like button. Pray for California. Absolutely. Thank you. Seriously, Crystal, I appreciate your support. Definitely is greatly, greatly appreciated. So thank you so much for that, Crystal. What's up, Sonia? Hope you're doing good. Let's see, Indiana is frozen. I'm sure a lot of places are still frozen from the last storm here. And it doesn't really help that we still have like really cold temperatures across a lot of the country right now. So yeah, it's not really helping. And, those cold temperatures is really allowing for this system to be a lot more further south overall. So that's why we're getting a lot of snow further south with this event from the pre-existing cold air from the last storm that was brought down from Canada overall. Let's see. KJX says, thank you for your Southern California coverage. It was really helpful for many of us out here. You're very welcome. You're very, very welcome. Like I mentioned, I'm glad to be here with you guys. Glad to help y'all out whenever it comes to, of course, wildfires as well. So anyways, folks, so yeah, we work our way further down in time here. We work our way here into pretty much the afternoon, evening of the 10th. And around this time, according to GFS here, this is where we're going to be getting some snowfall here in the southern United States. So areas out there towards like northern Mississippi, potentially getting some winter weather out here around this time here for pretty much Friday afternoon going into Friday evening here. Portions out there towards Alabama, Georgia. Yeah, we're even going to be getting some impacts out there in areas like Georgia, Alabama, and Mississippi. We're getting winter weather as far south as those states out there. And then, of course, you can see around this time here for the kind of the evening, getting into the evening here of the 10th, a lot of that snowfall falling across portions here of the Ohio Valley, eventually working its way into the mid-Atlantic for the morning of the 11th here for Saturday, and then that's kind of when that system does kind of roll out here. So it's going to be happening over the next couple of days. Like we mentioned here, it's really going to be falling here. It's going to really start here for tomorrow morning, basically, is when everything's really going to start to kick off here. Let's see here. Binksy says, hey, Andrew, any severe weather with this system on the lower half? No, thankfully there's not any severe weather with this. So since the winter weather's too far to the south, there's not enough warm air infiltrating its way into the country to allow for severe weather. Thankfully, we do not have any active risks. At least last time I checked. I don't think the atmosphere is really up to all of that. I think we have I was looking at this yesterday. I don't think we have any instability here for any form of thunderstorms here. Let's see here. So tomorrow, actually, there might be a few storms. Here, let me hop you over here. There might be a few storms, but nothing severe. This is the Storm Prediction Center's page here. You can see we do have a general thunderstorm risk out here. So places out here towards Texas, Louisiana, and the green could see a few thunderstorms, a few booms of thunder, but nothing really too crazy for Thursday. Then, of course, here for Friday, that thunderstorms, could extend through little bits of southern Louisiana, southern Mississippi, southern Alabama, and maybe even Panhandle, Florida here. But yeah, nothing severe, thankfully, is expected out here. So that's definitely thankful for that overall. Let's see here. Can I go over the temperature models? Yeah, we'll do that, Xavier, here in a few minutes. We're going to go over the accumulations and stuff first, and then we'll get into temperatures and everything like that. Let's see here. Joyce, thank you so much coming in with a $2 super chat. I appreciate it. Saying cheers. Snow dancing in Hampton Roads, Virginia. Hey, I tell you what, Virginia, you guys got hit pretty hard last time. I don't know about you, Joyce. Here, let me check up on your area, kind of see what's going on here. I'll also overlay the we'll go ahead and overlay the warnings and stuff here too. I do have those off. We're gonna go ahead and get those winter storm warnings and stuff like that out there. But yeah, let me check on Hampton Roads. Is this in? Let's see here. Is this Newport News area? Maybe. I think so. Yeah, I feel like some of you guys might actually get some winter precip out there. So models like the GFS that we were just looking at here actually does support that. If we hop you guys over here back to the GFS, you can see that there could be some winter weather out there towards Newport News and Virginia Beach area here. We might actually get snow as far south as those guys out there, but along coastal Carolinas and stuff, yeah, you guys are probably just gonna mostly, at least in the end of the event, remain in rainfall. There might be enough cold air ahead of that to get a little bit of temporary winter weather, but it'll just be overtaken by a lot of rain, though. But yeah, Joyce, honestly, if that's where you're at, you might have a shot at seeing some of that activity. Carrie says, my daughter just moved to Maryland. Can I please check? Yeah, so actually for Maryland here, Maryland will get a little bit of snowfall, but it's not going to be anything super wild for Maryland, honestly. You folks out there in Maryland are really probably not going to get a lot. Here, let me actually bring up the accumulations here real quickly. We're going to go ahead and bring that up. So here's the GFS. You guys, just a bit of a disclaimer here. This is one model. This is the GFS. This is one model. This is one model run, meaning this is the one run from the model, the latest run that we have. So don't take these accumulations too seriously. This is the reason why we look at other models too. You can't focus on one model alone. So from what you see here, don't take it too serious, okay? Obviously, look at it as a potential scenario, but do not trust it fully for what it shows. So this is what the GFS kind of suggests. Now, out of this event here, according to the GFS here, a lot of our heavy snow is going to be for places out there by northeastern Texas. I tell you what, some folks out there even towards Dallas might even be seeing a pretty good amount of snowfall. But a lot of our heavy snow, according to the GFS here, the American model has it up here towards northeastern Texas, a little bit of far southeastern Oklahoma, central southern Arkansas. might be in for a pretty good amount of snowfall. Northern Mississippi, northern Alabama, southern areas of like Tennessee. That's going to be kind of where the heaviest of the event is going to be out there overall. Now, Joyce, for your area, you can kind of see how the GFS, you're kind of on that line. But according to what the GFS suggests, it kind of has you in the range of around 2 to 4 inches or so. So that is possible. But yeah, for a lot of the heaviest of the event here, northeastern Texas out here, we could be dealing. This is for the regions by like Dallas, Fort Worth area here. Let's see, Freebird, welcome to Tropical Storm Team. I appreciate your support very, very much, Freebird. Thank you seriously for that. I really, really appreciate it, my friend. Thank you. But yeah, so Dallas area here could really be dealing with a pretty good amount of snowfall. We'll get to Dallas again here in a minute. But there might even be some localized spots in this storm here for places like southern Arkansas, like northeastern Texas. Perhaps that could even get maybe up to a foot or so, according to this model. Once again, this is one potential scenario overall. Out there in like northern Mississippi, still pretty good amount of snowfall, potentially 6 to 10 inches according to the GFS here. And kind of for the lighter paint color here, this is kind of in the range of around like 4 to 6 or so inches out there for some of those regions of like southern Tennessee, according to this model. Now, in terms of ice. From the GFS here, the American model. So according to the American model, the GFS, there will likely be a bit of ice included here. Pretty widespread as well, actually. Yeah, pretty widespread as well. Working its way from northeastern Texas. Some areas actually could even be involved in upwards of a half of an inch of ice out there for places like northeastern Texas, a little bit of Arkansas, kind of dwindling down a little bit, a couple of tenths of an inch. Same thing for portions of like the southern Mid-Atlantic and the upper southern, the upper southern United States in the southeast. Kind of just south of the Tennessee Valley, we could be getting, a couple tenths of an inch, which is just really enough to cause some slippery roadways and stuff like that, enough to cause problems. But yeah, we do have the potential out there, according to GFS, for some ice in these regions here. So we're going to have to definitely be monitoring that. If you guys live in these regions here, just be a little extra careful because, ice, you don't need as much ice to cause problems as snow because ice is seriously a big problem overall. Let's take a look here. Becca says, so if I have to give my best guess on what time do I think it'll be in Nashville, my cousin's leaving for my Grammy's funeral. I'm sorry to hear that, by the way. In California, my flight got canceled today because of the fires. So for Nashville, timing-wise, here, let's hop over here back to this page real quickly. So timing-wise, according to, the HRRR, this is the long run here. Don't take this too seriously regarding timing, but it kind of shows like the relatively early middle morning here of the 10th, probably between anywhere from like 7, 8, 9 o'clock or so. Don't take that too serious. It could be, within a range of that time, but it does look like the middle morning, is kind of when that snow potentially could be starting here overall. And it really won't be out until pretty much the evening here of the 10th. So it's going to be snowing for a lot of the day out there towards like the Nashville area. But yeah, a lot of that is going to be starting here for pretty much, portions of, portions starting in the morning there overall. Once again, I'm sorry to hear about your grandma's funeral. My condolences are with you, my friend. Let's see. Let's go ahead and scroll down here. Got to try to keep up with the chat here, too. What's up, Real-Time Storm? Saying it's been crazy day today with the alerts over in the Midlands area of South Carolina. They've alerted everyone for winter weather, but central areas. Yeah, for example, like, Georgia, it doesn't take as much snow to cause more problems as for areas that are up north that's more used to the winter weather. Since it's more rare down in South, it takes a lot less to close things, essentially, because these people are just not as acclimated to the winter weather overall. Let's see here. Let me go ahead and see, I'm in Huntsville, Alabama. Not looking forward to the snow. Yeah, Huntsville, you know what? Actually, there's actually a winter storm watch out there for y'all. Yeah, Yeah, about 2 to 5 inches. You know, and ice accumulations possibly around 1/10 of an inch, which is enough to cause problems, that is for sure. Oh my goodness, we have a $50 donation coming in from Proxy on Super Chat. Proxy, what's up, my friend? Hope you're doing good. Thank you so much for the $50 Super Chat. That is greatly, greatly appreciated. Proxy, thank you so much. Big thank you goes to Proxy. You guys, please give Proxy a big thank you in the chat. I appreciate that. Proxy, thank you once again for your support. Hope you're doing good, my friend. It's good to see you here. Hope you're doing all right. Once again, thanks, Prox. Appreciate your support. Helps us out a bunch. Huge shout-out goes to you, my friend. Thank you, thank you. Let's see. There's supposed to be about 3 to 10 inches in Middle Tennessee. That's quite the range. It's quite the range. But, yeah, Tennessee could get a pretty good amount. Here, let's hop back to the models again here. But, yeah, once again, Prox, seriously, thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate you. And I hope you're doing good, my friend. So, hopping over here to Euro, we're not going to look at right now. At least we're not going to look at the timing out of Euro because it's pretty much mostly the same. With the timing wise, we're just gonna jump right into the accumulations and stuff here. So honestly, there's not a whole lot of differences between the GFS and the Euro ECMWF here. There's not that much differential. There really is not that much difference. So a lot across the Ohio Valley, we could be seeing a widespread margin of another 2 to 4 inches of snowfall for a lot of us folks out here towards the Ohio Valley. We did get a lot of snow a couple days ago with that other snowstorm out there overall. But yeah, so, a good 2 to 4 inches or so could be quite possible for some. But a lot of the heavy stuff that we were actually talking about here a little bit ago, there is the old overlay I had for the heavy snow on the GFS. You can see it's pretty much lined up with the Euro, in terms of the GFS American model and the European ECMWF. They are actually fairly on point here, showing a lot of northeastern Texas kind of out there towards Dallas, southeastern Oklahoma, cutting into portions of central and southern Arkansas, northern Mississippi, northern Alabama, so this region here could be seeing a pretty good amount of snowfall too. In the pink areas here, the lighter pink, good range of around 6 to maybe 8 inches or so. The darker pink, kind of around 8 to 10. And of course, once we work our way towards this kind of reddish color, you can kind of see, that's where we have a few local spots that perhaps reach over or at a foot. That is a possibility. That is a possibility here. So, both models do suggest that. Here, let me bring up the GFS again. So the GFS here, the American model, also kind of supports that there too, with that little streak of possibly over a foot of snow working its way for extreme northeastern Texas, kind of for the folks out there by Texarkana. Potentially could be in the realm of maybe up to a foot or so of snowfall, working its way into southern Arkansas. Now, like I said, I did finally get the subscription here for this software or for this site here, so I can finally look at the freezing rain from Euro's perspective. So here's the thing. There's a little bit of a difference between the GFS here and the Euro. The European model kind of has more spotty places of ice. Some out there towards central Texas. It kind of, becomes pretty spotty as we work our way into southern Arkansas. But then it picks up again for folks out there in northern Georgia, out there towards North and South Carolina here, potentially getting, good maybe 2 to 3/10 of an inch. That is possible. That is possible there. So that is definitely enough to cause some problems. So my Carolina folks out there, towards north central South Carolina and eastern North Carolina, just a little bit west of the coastal areas here for the most part, could be under a bit of a concern for a bit of ice. Once again, Euro kind of suggesting about, maybe 2 upwards of 3/10 of an inch overall being possible out there. Proxy says, hi, Adrian, everybody. Hate winter. Yep, I hear you, Prox. I'm ready for the warm-up again, personally. I'm already tired of it, and we didn't get into winter that long ago either. We still have a long road ahead of us, unfortunately. But hope you're doing good, Prox. Once again, I appreciate your support. Thank you. What about Houston? I think it's just going to be rain for Houston area here. Yeah, we're not going to be really seeing a lot of winter weather by Houston Now, Dallas, on the other hand, here, let's go ahead and zoom in here to northeastern Texas. So here's Dallas area. Now, Dallas, you can see, according to Euro, could pick up maybe upwards of 8 to 10 inches or so in some spots. Locally, maybe up over a foot, according to the Euro here. Then, of course, you got the GFS model here, which kind of supports, maybe a little bit less, anywhere from like 6 to upwards of 8 inches or so could be possible. I mean, overall, Dallas, Fort Worth area here could be in for quite a bit. I'm thinking Texarkana area might have a shot for seeing, a good potential up to about a foot or so, as, kind of both of the models, or at least really the GFS supported that. But there is that streak there that we got to look out for, potentially showing us over a foot of snowfall and stuff like that. So we're going to definitely need to look into that. Let's see, Becca says, thank you so much. Y'all are amazing. I don't know what I could do without y'all. I appreciate that, Becca. Thank you. We're thankful to have you around, my friend. I really appreciate you. Let's see here. Good. What's up, Kim? Hope you're doing good. Stuart says, I live in Columbia, South Carolina. Can I go to work on Friday? So Columbia, let's see here. Isn't Columbia in the... Let's see. Let's go ahead and hop y'all back over here real quickly. Let's take a look at Columbia. Columbia, South Carolina here. So as of now, we do got a couple of winter storm watches. That's just to your northwest here, but you're not included in them right now. That doesn't mean that you're not going to get impacted. Matter of fact, here, let's hop back to the models real quick. So this is for my folks in the south here. So, according to Euro, regarding like snowfall and stuff like that, Columbia could pick up about an inch or so, according to Euro. But that line could go further south, which could introduce more snow, or it could still go a little bit up or a little bit north, which could pull you out of more snow. So, honestly, probably not going to see a whole lot out there. In terms of freezing rain from the European model, though, you can see Columbia could be in for quite a bit of ice, maybe upwards of 1, 2, maybe 3/10 of an inch locally of ice, which, over about a quarter of an inch, I'd say, anywhere basically 0.2 and greater is where you really start to have some problems with ice. About a 1/10 of an inch can cause some slippery roadways still, but, a lot of slippery sidewalks and stuff like that. But once you get like, 2/10 of an inch or greater, that's where it starts to really kind of become a little bit more of an issue. Now, when comparing that to like the GFS here with the freezing rain, Columbia still could get a little bit of rain, a little bit of freezing rain out there, still possibly right around a 1/10 or 2/10 of an inch. So yeah, this is for this is for Friday here. It looks like this is really going to start to be falling kind of in the later portion of Friday, according to GFS here overall. So we'll have to see. Then, of course, with the snowfall from the GFS, yeah, you can see that there's hardly even an inch out in the region there. So, I think ice might be your problem. I think ice could be your issue out there. You'll have to look into. We'll keep you posted though. It's still a couple of days out. We'll keep all of you guys updated on the system as we do work our way down through time here, of course. See, put on my sweater, Drew. Yeah, it's getting cold. It's supposed to be 34 where I'm at here in Central Florida tonight. For us, that is super cold. That's like our version of the 10s and 20s, basically. Let's see here. Moved from Florida to Greenville, South Carolina, left hurricanes and still got one up here. Now snow in the same year. It hasn't snowed in Greenville in 3 years. Yeah. This storm here in particular is, really quite a southern storm. This storm is actually covering a fair amount of areas here. The last storm, covered a pretty good amount of areas too. It was more significant and heavier snowfall and heavier ice. While this one is, still in some spots pretty significant regarding snowfall and stuff. But it really covers a wide area. I mean, these areas here with the snowstorm, Central Plains, Oklahoma, Texas, going through the Midwest out there, the Ohio Valley, Tennessee Valley, portions near like the Mid-Atlantic, a little bit of the Northeast here. This is a pretty widespread storm. This does cover a fair amount of areas here, for sure. How much snow could we get in Denver? Yeah, this storm isn't really going to be impacting Denver area too much, as you can kind of see. Those upper elevations, I mean, they might be able to pick up an inch or so. Towards Denver, not a lot, but this storm is mostly going to be a problem for areas just southeast of you. Denver's not going to really see much of anything out of it. What's up, Asher? Hope you're doing good. Saying howdy, Andrew. Long time no see. Seems like eastern Tennessee might be getting some good snow, specifically Johnson City, Tennessee. Let's look at Tennessee real quickly on the local view. Let's go ahead and pull this up for you folks out there. So heads up to my folks that's out there towards like Tennessee and Kentucky areas as we're getting ready to kind of do a little bit of an analysis for you guys. So starting off with the GFS, everything really starts to kicking off here basically for the morning, really early morning of the 10th, it looks like. So according to the GFS here, this is once again just one possible scenario out of this event here in general. And you can see, folks out there in, eastern Tennessee, like we were talking about, could be in the range of, a good amount of snowfall, possibly like 3 to 5 upwards, maybe locally up to 6 or so could be quite possible for folks out there towards like the eastern side of Tennessee. Southern Tennessee could pick up, maybe 6-7 inches. According to the GFS American model here, and a lot of folks out there in the Ohio Valley, like Kentucky and whatnot, in portions here towards like Indiana, Illinois, Ohio, could be in the range of around like 2 to 4 inches out there for you folks, in those regions. Let's actually move this up towards Ohio real quickly. And you can kind of see, a widespread amount of a couple of inches, 1 to 2 inches out there, according to GFS locally, maybe up to 3 or 4. So not a whole lot of snow, just a little bit to add to what you guys already got out there from the last one. Now, in terms of like, freezing rain and all that fun stuff here, Tennessee in general probably isn't going to get a lot of freezing rain or anything like that. According to the GFS, according to the American model here, there's really not a whole lot of ice on this model. But then we hop our way over here to Euro or the ECMWF here in general. In which, the ECMWF also has like hardly any, if no ice in general for folks out there by Tennessee. It's just mostly going to be like snow for you folks out there. In which, also the ECMWF does show a pretty good amount for at least southern portions of Tennessee, upwards of maybe 6, maybe locally 7 inches or so. A little bit lighter for you folks out there in eastern Tennessee, though, probably more in the range of like 2 to 4, locally a little bit higher here as well. So that's that. Let's see here. Jason, my man, coming in here with a $10 super chat. I appreciate you, my friend. Jason, thank you for the 10. That's greatly appreciated, my friend. Thank you so much. Saying, how's it forecast? Hastings, Nebraska. And how are the wind conditions for the Hollywood fire? I got family in both areas. Thanks, brother. No problem, Jason. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. So for Hastings, Nebraska here, let's go ahead and pull this up first. Once again, I do appreciate you, my friend. Like I said, if it wasn't for you folks out there who support us, like Jason and Proxy, like I said, you guys help make this possible. So I really do appreciate you folks. So for Hastings, Nebraska, I do know that Nebraska could get a little bit of snowfall out here. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to be getting a whole lot out here. Let's go ahead and take this locally to Nebraska. So Hastings is in this general area here of Nebraska. Euro, shows a little bit of a trace, possibly up to a couple tenths, maybe up at most to a half an inch of ice, or sorry, not ice, a half an inch of snowfall and stuff. So not really a lot. Then you got the GFS here with this system that rolls through, kind of showing even less. So honestly, Jason, there's really not a whole lot of, snow or anything like that expected for you really anytime soon with this system here. So that's that. It might get a little windy actually, though, as we do have that high pressure that builds in behind it. But that'll mostly be a problem for folks in like central and western Nebraska. Your weather seems to be pretty fine, Jason. Honestly, you look pretty fine out there. Now, in terms of updates with the Hollywood fire, thankfully the winds have calmed down a lot. A lot of the winds were the heaviest this morning here. We did have winds over like 90 miles an hour yesterday, which was just absolutely crazy. I can give you guys a let's see here. I can give you guys a an update though on the fires, which we'll go ahead and do that real quickly. Let me bring this little program over here, and we'll let you guys know on the updates here. So we did have that one fire that was out there. This was for, let's see here. This is the one out there towards like here. Let me go ahead and bring up my cities here. I'm not too familiar with the area here, so it takes. Let me pull this up real fast. So yeah, this one out here, this was the one that was out by Santa Monica in Malibu. The Palisades fire, this one has almost 16,000 acres as of 3 hours ago. Almost 16,000 acres. Then, of course, we have the one out there to the east here, the one towards like Pasadena and Mount Wilson. This one has about 10,590 with a 0% containment. They still haven't really contained really. Same thing with the other one that we just looked at too. And then of course we do have another fire out here a little bit more to the north towards like San Fernando we covered here yesterday. They do have this one at a 10% containment, so it's mostly not contained, but about 850 acres on that one. So that's just a little bit of an update there with the fire situation. So it's still pretty bad out there, unfortunately. But once again, Jason, I appreciate your support, man. Thank you so much for the 10. I appreciate it. Let's see here. MD says, "Hey, or hi, Andrew from Troy, Ohio. Hope your day is going good." You too, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Let's see here. Tay says, "How's Huntington, West Virginia?" Here, let's pull y'all. Let's pull you folks up here. Back to the models real quickly, and then we'll talk about like West Virginia here. Let's try this view. Which, go ahead and pull up Huntington, West Virginia. All right, so you are on the western side, out towards this region here. So from like GFS, the American model, regarding like snowfall and stuff like that, you could get a couple of inches, maybe 1, maybe 2 inches or so. Not a lot, really. Just a little bit of snowfall out there. Euro, I believe, is pretty much on board as well, with about the same amount. Yeah, so I'd expect about 1 or 2 inches of snowfall overall. So that's pretty much what we're going to be looking at. Let's see here. Oh, Tay coming in with a $2 super chat. I appreciate it, Tay. Thank you for that. I was actually doing Tay's forecast for the super chat. I appreciate it, Tay, though. Thank you so much. Yeah, just a couple of inches out there out of the system will fall. It's not going to be a whole lot, but just a little bit to add to what you guys kind of got out there, essentially. Jalen says, "What about Mississippi?" Yeah, so Mississippi actually is in for a pretty good amount of snowfall in some spots, especially up in the northern. Well, that's really where a lot of the snowfall is. But there could be a fair amount of snowfall for you folks out there, towards northern Mississippi. The Euro here, the ECMWF, has a lot of like northern Mississippi here. This is all, just north of Jackson, north of Meridian. In the range of about 8 to 10 inches or so, so according to Euro, there's a really good amount of snowfall for you folks up here in Mississippi. This will be a pretty good snowstorm for you all, according to Euro. Now, in terms of GFS, the American model here, kind of the same. You can see it's a little bit less resolution than the Euro model, but overall, kind of shows the same thing. 8 to 10 inches, locally heavier amounts possible. So yeah, up there in Mississippi, we could be getting a bit of snow. Now, with the freezing rain and stuff, there is still a shot where we could get a couple of tenths of an inch out there for folks in like the northern and north central portion here of Mississippi. GFS, once again, is very low resolution for this. Now, in terms of like what the European model here is kind of talking about, kind of skips over Mississippi. Really not a lot of ice according to Euro. So the impacts here are still a little iffy regarding how much we can expect out there. Now NAM, on the other hand, this is the North American mid-range model. Actually shows, I don't think we're going to be getting quite this much of ice, but it does show some local amounts of maybe 2 to 3, 4 tenths of an inch here, maybe locally even up to 5 or so, or 0.5 or 5 tenths of an inch. I don't think we're going to be getting quite that much overall. Here, let's look at the... Yeah, because the actual warnings and stuff... Here, let's bring y'all back over here. The actual warnings here, according to the... from the Weather Service here, has you guys ice accumulations around a light glaze. This is in like southern Mississippi and whatnot. Let's see here. Yeah, around a light glaze. Yeah, really not a lot. We'll keep you guys updated on the Mississippi one here. Jason, my man, coming up here with the Category 1 support. Appreciate it, my friends. Thank you, Jason, for the membership Category 1 club. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate your support, man. That helps us out a bunch. I really appreciate you, man. Thank you. Huge shout out goes to Jason. Appreciate you. Let's see here. Doc says it's Fort Worth looking fun tomorrow. You know what? You folks in like Dallas, Fort Worth area, y'all are going to be in for quite a storm, I think, honestly. Let me hop you back here to models. But yeah, you guys towards like the Dallas, Fort Worth area, you guys are going to be in for quite a bit. Here, we'll go ahead and pull up NAM. Because why not, in terms of snowfall. Okay, this is actually interesting. The latest NAM here, the North American mid-range model, shows that snow line really close to southern Dallas there. On that snow line, it could either, take it or leave it, basically. You could either get a lot or a little. That's an interesting take from NAM. Kind of shows that a little bit pushed up to the north a bit. But still a couple of inches out, several inches out there possible, between like 5 and, 7 inches or so, according to NAM. Now, the main models, like the GFS and whatnot, the GFS here does kind of show relatively that same thing, but, towards like the Dallas-Fort Worth area here, in the range still of pretty much about, 7, 8, upwards of 9 or 10 inches or so. Pretty good amount. Then, of course, Euro here, the ECMWF. We are talking, upwards of like 10 inches, locally higher in some spots. Holy cow, dude! Proxy coming in here with a 10 gifted memberships. I appreciate that so much. I'm going to go ahead and mute that real quickly. Proxy, thank you so much for the 10 gifted. I really appreciate you, Prox. Thank you so much, and congratulations to the people who got the new memberships, man. Huge thank you goes to Proxy. That's awesome, Prox. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Once again, thank you for your support. Y'all, please give Proxy a big thank you in chat. I appreciate you very much, Prox. Once again, thank you. Thank you. Greatly appreciated, my friend. Yeah, Proxy's super sweet. We love Proxy around here. Thank you once again, Prox. I honestly, I can't say it enough. I'm very, very grateful, very thankful for you, Prox. So seriously, thank you, my friend. I really appreciate you. Let's see here. Matt wants me to look at OKC, Oklahoma City. Here, yeah, we didn't really look at Oklahoma too much. Southeastern Oklahoma is where the heaviest of that's gonna be. See the you can see here's the Euro model, the ECMWF, kind of suggesting that southeastern Oklahoma is probably going to be in the range of the most. It really ranges over a short distance, though. You guys see that? You can see from pretty much just a county over. It goes from like 6 to like 14 inches potentially. I don't think we're going to get that much, but I do think that we could have some local amounts in extreme southeastern Oklahoma where we could be seeing over or right around a foot or so. Now for Oklahoma City, a couple of inches, maybe 1, maybe 2 inches or so. Not a whole lot out there. That goes for a lot of Oklahoma, a couple of inches. Local amounts up to maybe 3 or 4 or so. But excluding southeastern Oklahoma where we could have a lot more potentially. We'll have to see. Let's see here. Crystal coming in with a 1 gifted membership. Thank you, Crystal. Appreciate it. Huge shout out goes to Crystal as well for the support. I appreciate you guys. Thank you all for the support tonight. I really appreciate it, folks. You guys help make this possible. So seriously, you guys, thank you so much for all your support. Much love to you guys. Thank you. So Euro, let's see, is that the one we just looked at? I think we just looked at Euro. Here, let's pull up the GFS now. Yeah, I think the one we just looked at was the Euro. So GFS here, GFS is relatively similar to what the Euro, the ECMWF suggests here. Oklahoma City, OKC out there getting, possibly 1 to 3 inches or so out there for some of you folks. A lot of folks out there is going to be in the range of right around like 2 inches, upwards of 3 or 4. But then you got southeastern Oklahoma again, where we could be seeing quite a bit out there. We're talking a fair amount of snowfall. Overall, I mean, we're talking upwards of maybe 6 to 10 inches on the far southeastern side of Oklahoma. You folks are going to get the most out here overall. So, but yeah, Oklahoma City though, going back to your question, yeah, just about 1 to 3 inches I go off of. It's a pretty good range of what you could expect out there. Let's see here. Dallas Fort Worth 10 inches or yay. So it's possible, but honestly, we're probably going to be dealing with probably more between like 6 to 8 inches. I personally think towards Dallas, regarding that. I mean, the Weather Service actually has it a bit lower. Believe it or not, we do have winter storm warnings in effect for Dallas. They have it at right around 2 to 4 inches actually for Dallas, which is pretty low. Let me look at the blend of models. That's another thing I got up my sleeve now is since I bought this subscription here, I now have access to the blend of models. You know what? That is honestly crazy. The blend of models. Look how little snowfall it has for Dallas in the Fort Worth area here, comparing to like what the GFS and the Euro is suggesting. There is a massive difference. There is literally a massive difference regarding that. According to the blend here, which takes a bunch of model averages into consideration, shows about 1 or 2 inches out by Dallas. The official forecast from the National Weather Service has you guys in about 2 to 4. Then you got, like I said, Euro, which suggests, upwards of 8 to 10 inches or so, locally higher amounts. It's a little tricky forecasting for the Dallas area here right now, because that snow line, it really starts dropping off. Accumulations really start dropping off barely to the south of the Dallas-Fort Worth area here. So, don't be surprised if those accumulations aren't up to 8 to 10 inches or so. I don't think we're going to get that high. Like I said, I think we're probably going to get maybe upwards of 6 to 8 inches or so, but I would honestly go with what the Weather Service has to say at around 2 to 4. It does seem like some of the models might be trending towards less snowfall for the Dallas-Fort Worth area here. Here's Euro showing a good 8, 10 inches or so out there towards like the Dallas and Fort Worth area here. So we'll have to see. What's my opinion on snowfall totals for Tennessee? So, especially southern Tennessee, for a lot of you folks down on the really far southern side, south of like Jackson, you folks, south central, southwestern Tennessee could see a pretty good amount. I think upwards of around a half a foot or so. Here's Euro. You can kind of see what we were talking about here. 6 inches or so, 5-6 inches. For the really low, far southwestern side of Tennessee, a lot of Tennessee here is kind of more in the range of like 2 to 4 inches overall. Here for the most part, maybe locally a little bit higher in some places here. Then you got the GFS, the American model here. We do have a new render coming through, but it's still far from coming out. Now, yeah, the American GFS model actually shows. A little bit more, but roughly right around the same of like 6 to locally 7 inches or so for the southern side. It does seem like the southern, I think the greatest shot for Tennessee snowfall in terms of the heaviest is going to be like southwestern, south central sides here, the really far southern portion of the state here. So, you know, there will definitely be a fairly decent snow event. I mean, you guys haven't really seen anything this year down in Tennessee. I mean, you've seen a little bit of snow showers in some spots, but really not a whole lot. This is like our first official storm down here. And I remember last year we had a pretty bad ice storm that rolled through Tennessee. I don't know if you guys remember that. I don't think it dropped. No, I think it dropped like somewhere around 8 inches or so, if I remember correctly. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, we could be talking, the heaviest will be likely in southern Tennessee overall. Let's see here. How's it going in Lubbock, Texas? Lubbock, Texas. Where is Lubbock? Isn't Lubbock far west? We do have a winter weather advisory out there in Lubbock from the National Weather Service. They are saying that we can expect accumulations up to 2 inches with local amounts up to 3 inches. A light glaze of ice also possible with any freezing rain. So not a lot of ice, not a whole lot of snow. So basically up to 2 inches with locally 3 possible. Yeah, really not a lot of snow for you folks. A lot of so Texas's heaviest is going to be out there for like northeastern Texas out there. You know, for you folks up there, I really have a feeling areas by like Mount Pleasant, Texarkana could be seeing some drifts, not drifts, but local amounts, I should say, upwards of maybe 10 to 12 or so. Yeah, according to what some of those models were showing. So pretty good amount. Let's see here. Nicholas says, I'd much rather have snow than tornadoes. Yeah, me too, for sure. I totally agree with that. Tornadoes are, yeah, no thanks. No, thank you. Thankfully, there is no severe weather with this event though, so that's good. Let's see. Winter started. I was over the day it started here. Hate winter. Loves spring and fall. Yeah, I'm ready for it to warm up. Honestly, you know, we're gonna do something here, guys. Something that I have not done on this channel, and I can't even tell you the last time. We're gonna run a poll here. We're gonna run a poll on this channel. Like I said, I haven't done a poll here in forever, but I do have a genuine question. Let's see here. We're going to go ahead and put up this poll. Y'all ready for this? Let's start this. I'm really curious. So y'all make sure to vote. I want to know if you guys are ready for spring. Ready for the warm weather and stuff. What am I thinking about north central Georgia for them snow totals? Yeah, so at least northern Georgia actually could really see a little bit of snowfall as well. Let me go ahead and bring you all over here to this. We're going to start off with the GFS here real quickly. Let's go ahead and hop you all over here to the GFS again. So with the American Long Range Model, we are talking Atlanta area here. Probably ranging between like 1 to 3. GFS is a little low resolution, like we talked about. But according to the model here, maybe 2 to 4 inches through a lot of like northern Georgia, according to the GFS here. Like in terms of ice and stuff like that, we could have a fair amount of ice. Maybe 2-3 of an inch possible. The GFS shows a lot of ice out here towards Atlanta area. So a couple of 10ths of an inch possible according to that. Now with the ECMWF, which is the European model, Euro kind of agrees relatively. Showing a lot of northern Georgia, mostly in the range of 4 to maybe upwards locally of 6 inches or so. Mostly like 4 to 6 for the upper portion. Atlanta kind of in the range maybe around 2 to 4. Now, in terms of the freezing rain accumulation, just ice accumulations here. The European model here, this one is much less aggressive, but still showing pockets of up to like 1, maybe 2/10 of an inch of ice, which is still enough to cause some issues. Still enough. So we'll definitely be looking out there for winter weather in Georgia. We could have a mixture of both ice and snow from what it does look like. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and conclude these votes here. We have 27 votes. Actually, go ahead and I'm going to give you all a few more minutes. Vote real quickly in the chat. Going to get a few more votes in here before we close that. But yeah, honestly, though, Georgia, we already do have a lot of watches out in effect, winter storm watches for the regions here. Yeah, you folks up there, we're going to be right in the range of like maybe 4 to 6 inches or so for the northern side, I think here. The official forecast, kind of shows the same thing. Same thing, 3 to 6 inches basically, and 1 to 3 in Metro Atlanta. That's pretty much what we just said. From kind of what the models had to say there. Let's see here. Texas Girl says, what about Abilene, Texas? Abilene. Where is Abilene? It's Abilene. Okay, here we go. Abilene. So according to the Weather Service here, let's see. Wintry mix of freezing rain, sleet, and snow possible starting late tonight, although it may switch over to rain during the day. Temperatures rise above freezing. Wintry mix will return with Thursday night. Generally, any accumulations will remain light, and most areas seeing patchy ice on the roadways and a dusting of snow. So, from what it looks like, Abilene's not going to be seeing a lot. It looks like it's going to start off as maybe a little bit of freezing rain, a little bit of ice. Then rain will pick up. You'll get some rain accumulations, and then overnight that could freeze again. That's kind of what it looks like here. All right, we're going to go ahead and end the poll now, y'all. Let's go ahead and see these results, man. Curious to see. 71. That is an overwhelming amount of you folks. 32 people voted here. An overwhelming amount. 71% of you guys are ready for spring. While 28 of you... Hold on a minute. That's not mathing. Why is this not mathing? Y'all, are you seeing these percentages? 71 plus 28 is 99. What's going on with YouTube math here, y'all? 71% yes, 28% no. That's 99%. Where did that other percent go? That's what I want to know. Holy cow, dude. I don't know. But yeah, still really overwhelming amount, though. 71% of you folks. That's crazy. That is really crazy. All right, let's see here. I hate living in northern Ohio this year. Yeah. That's a place I wouldn't really want to live, personally. Let's see. We need good snow. It's been forever since we saw some. Waffle, where are you at? Let's see. Kinda wants me to take a look at 75135. 135. We got a winter storm warning here for you, my friend. 2 to 4 inches according to the Weather Service here, and ice accumulations around 1/10 of an inch. So, yeah, you could, a little bit. MD, let's see here, 45373. Gotcha. Let's see here, 45373 up in Ohio. We do not have any active warnings, watches, or advisories as of now, so we're going to have to take it to the models, y'all. Let's do that. Let's take it to the models. All right, we're going to pull up Ohio. You're kind of in western Ohio. Starting off with Euro, ECMWF. Okay, so it looks like you're going to be kind of in the range here of about like maybe 2, maybe 3 inches or so, according to ECMWF here in general. In terms of ice, yeah, there's no ice up here. It's going to be snow if you get anything. Which the GFS. Let me look at the. Oh yeah, the GFS should be in range now. Should be. Nope, never mind. It's getting there though. It's getting there. But GFS suggests Oh, wait, this is ice. Whoops. Hold on a minute. We got to revert back here. Here we go. We should be in range here. Okay, so new GFS only has you guys getting maybe 1 to 2 inches out there. So, not a lot. Not a lot of snow. What the other one show? Like 2 to 3 on Euro and 1 to 2 on GFS. That's just a safe call to say around 1 to 3 inches for you. Yeah, there is no advisories or anything issued for you yet. We'll see if they end up putting them that far up north. But yeah, it's safe to say about like 1 to 3 inches or so out there is possible. Caden wants me to look here at 44039, 44039. Let's see here. Okay, so yeah, this is kind of same for you as well. Not a lot of differences. GFS showing 1-2 inches or so, while Euro shows 1-2 inches or so. So yeah, you should be within the range of around 1 or 2 inches out there, Caden. Not a whole lot, just a little coat of some snow, enough to cover the grass basically. Let's see. Solar says, can I do 38580? Yep, gotcha. 38580. Is that right? 38580. Gotcha. Tennessee, my friend, you are in a winter storm watch. So those should roll over the warnings today, or later tomorrow, I should say, for the 9th. Wow, look at that. That's quite a range, between 3 and 7 inches. So from what the models were suggesting, I wouldn't count on seeing 7 inches of snow, to be honest with you. A lot of the models showed like the southern side, like these areas here, getting possibly up maybe 6-7 inches or so. From what it looked like, you guys are going to be probably more towards like 5 inches or so, I think. I think you're probably more going to be like 4 to maybe locally 6 or so. So really not a... I really wouldn't count on about 7 or so. But yeah, I would probably stick in the range of like maybe 4 to 6 out there. Kind of seems mostly realistic. Steven, let's see here, 42633. Yep, gotcha. 42633. By the way, everybody, if you haven't already, do me a solid. Consider hitting that subscribe button, leaving a like. It'd be greatly appreciated. Okay, so you have a winter storm watch between 3 and 5 inches as possible. This is from the Weather Service here. This is official forecast from the NWS. So yeah, you're in for a fair. Let's see here. B-Ball Clips wants me to look at saying, can I do 37604? Absolutely. 37604. Got you, my friend, up in Tennessee. We got a winter storm watch for you. Between 2 and 4 inches with possibly up to 6 inches being possible. So yeah, I would root on about 2 to 4 here. Possibly locally up to 6. That's from the Weather Service's forecast out there. So pretty, I'd say it's a pretty decent amount of snow, Nice little snowstorm for you. Let's see here. Stacy says, what's happening in 37821? Thank you. No problem. See, 37821. 21, Tennessee. We got a winter storm watch, my friend. 2 to 4 inches, local up to 6 inches possible. That's actually relatively in the same area we just looked at. Probably this is a lot of people in Tennessee. Yeah, there is a lot of people in Tennessee that's here. That's for sure. Chris says, how's it going? Any idea how much snow for 20854? 20854 up in Maryland. So yeah, you folks don't have any warnings, watches, or advisories. I honestly don't think you guys are going to get a lot. We'll look at the models here, though. Kind of clarify, and see what we can see out here. I don't think you guys are going to be seeing a lot, though. This last storm, you guys picked up a pretty good amount of snowfall. Some of you folks were out there like 7, 8, 9, 10 inches or so. But on this event here, you'd be lucky if you get an inch according to Euro. And then you got the GFS here, which is the American model, the American long range, showing pretty much maybe 3/4 of an inch to an inch or so. So yeah, you'll be lucky if you get up to an inch. I'd say up to an inch possible. A lot of that's going to be just south of that area there. And in terms of ice, it's going to be too cold for that, really. So, too cold for, freezing rain and stuff, I should say. Let's see. Is there any other major snowstorms in the upcoming models? Not that I saw. No, it looks like we might be in a bit of a break from what I looked at. Although I really kind of just peeked for a minute. We'll look at it, though. We'll see. Let's see, precipitation type and rate here. So we have this storm coming through. We have a little clipper up in the northern plains, upper Midwest that comes through, basically between the 11th and the 13th or so. According to GFS, European model shows it there too. So yeah, a little clipper. Now, I might bring in some cold air. Actually, speaking of cold air, somebody in the chat earlier wanted me to look at that. I don't know if you all are still, or if you're still here or not. Yeah, but that little clipper system could drive down a little bit more cooler air, especially for folks up there in the north, like North Dakota, Minnesota, could be in the negatives. This is your actual temperature, by the way. It's going to be a cold one tonight, though, I'll tell you that. Yeah, so tomorrow morning, we're going to be waking up to temperatures here in, like, the mid-30s here. In like north central Florida and stuff. This is, by the way, this is your actual temperature too. Euro suggesting us getting in the single digits and negatives up here tonight for folks up in like Tennessee, Illinois, a little bit of Ohio, single digits towards like Kentucky and stuff. Pretty cold. Yeah, I mean, there might be a little bit more cooler air rolling in with that little clipper system post 13th. So that's something I'd look out there for too. Let's see here. All right, we're gonna get back into the zip codes real quickly. We're gonna do a few more, guys. We've been live over an hour here. It's getting a little bit late, so we're gonna wrap it up here soon. I'll do a couple more zip codes for you guys, and then of course we'll wrap it up and we'll give another big shout out to our supporters for today, for our donators and stuff. So we'll be wrapping it up here shortly. Rail fan, let's see, 343. 43 in Georgia. You, my friend, got a winter storm watch. So according to Weather Service here, you're north. Okay, you're kind of towards Atlanta. You're going to be likely in the range, actually, probably more like 2 to 4 inches, I think. 3 to 6 is for a lot of the folks up in like these areas here, like 1 to 3 down here in these regions. You're going to be probably in the range of like 2 to 4, I think. A lot of that heavier stuff is just barely to the north of you. So I'd personally say like 2 to 4 is what I would expect out in that region there. Could be locally a little bit higher in some spots for sure. Let's see here. Linda wants me to take a look here at 15902. Gotcha. 15902 up in Pennsylvania. We got a winter weather advisory, my friend. Between 1 and 3 inches of snowfall. Locally higher amounts will occur in the ridge tops and west-facing slopes. Winds gusting as high as 40 miles an hour until noon Thursday. Let's see here. Wendy wants me to look here at 35180. Gotcha. 35180. This is up here in Alabama. You, my friend, have a winter storm watch. Let's see here. This is, so you are expecting snow totals between like 2 and 4 inches out there. Let's see here. There will be the possibility for a little bit of like freezing rain and stuff out there too that you're gonna have to kind of look into. So there might very well be a little bit of that kind of action going on there too. Patriot. Let's see here. 45013. Did we already do that? 45013. Hamilton. I feel like we covered these areas here, but yeah, what the models were suggesting out here is basically like right around 2 inches or so. Not really a whole lot for you folks out there, but a little bit. Barefoot wants me to look at 29330, please. Yep, of course. See here, 29330. This is up in South Carolina. You, my friend, are in a winter storm watch between 1 and 3 inches. Let's see here. Outside the mountains, total snow and sleet accumulations between 1 to 3 inches. Ice accumulations around 1/10 of an inch possible. Over the mountains, total snow accumulations between 3 and 6 inches possible overall. So, let's see here. Have I said Memphis yet? So Memphis. Let's see here. Go ahead and pull up Memphis. Winter storm warning. So you are actually, so Memphis is in the range of like 4 to 6 inches out there overall. So that's for like portions of eastern Arkansas, northern Mississippi, and southeast Missouri. Also West Tennessee there too. Nurse coming in here with a $2 super chat. I appreciate it, Nurse. Thank you so much. Yeah, we literally just got done doing your zip code for 29330. What do we say it was? 29330. We said that there was winter storm watch out there. Yeah, 1 to 3 inches under. So if you're on a mountain, you know, the mountains out there are going to be getting 3 to 6, while you're going to be getting right around like 1 to 3, basically. So, but yeah, once again, barefooted. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Nurse, for the support, my friend. It's greatly appreciated. Goes a long way helping us out. I really appreciate it. But all right, everybody, we'll do 3 more zip codes. Anybody in the chat? We'll do 3 more zip codes, then we're gonna roll off here for the night. Like I said, since it's getting a little bit late, it's almost was it getting? It's almost 11:15 or so. It's getting a little bit late my time. So we're gonna start slowing things down. But if there is any more zip codes you guys want me to do, we'll be doing 3 more. If there's any area that you guys want me to take a peek at regarding the winter weather and stuff. So, but yeah, you guys can see where all these advisories and everything like that's at here. These kind of like purplish color areas here. This is where the winter weather advisories are at, or in these shades here. The winter storm warnings are in the pink areas here, and the blue, these are winter storm watches that are in effect. Let's see here. Gary wants me to look at 37172. Gotcha. 37172. It's up in Tennessee. You, my friend, are under a winter storm watch. Snow accumulations between 3 and 7 inches with locally higher amounts possible. So yeah, honestly, this is my opinion. That's what the Weather Service was saying. From what the models were kind of suggesting is that a lot of the heavier stuff is going to be pretty much to your south. Honestly, I think you're going to be probably more in the range of like 3 to 5, to be honest. From what I was looking at the models and everything, that's what I would go off, or go off what the Weather Service says. But added my opinion, from what I've been seeing, I'd say more like 3 to 5. I think 7 locally higher is a little much, comparing what the new model runs and stuff are suggesting here. So I would expect 3 to 5. This is showing, 2 to 7, I think it was, or 3 to 7, locally higher. Yeah. Let's see here. Parker says 37130. Cheers, brother. Love the content. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Let's see here. 37130. Sounds like another Tennessee zip code, huh? Yeah, we had a lot of people here in Tennessee today. Glad to see you guys getting weather updated. That's great. Yeah, so same thing applies to you, Parker. 3 to 7 is what the Weather Service has you as, with local higher amounts possible. Honestly, like I mentioned, I think you folks are going to be more in the range of like 3 to 5, honestly. That's kind of where I think we're going to be sticking here. Let me bring you guys back to the models real quickly to kind of show y'all, since you guys are both in that area here. So here is the Euro. This is the ECMWF out there in your area. You can kind of see, between like 3 to 5 inches or so, roughly. This is upwards of like basically upper 3 inches or so. So yeah, between like 3 and 5 inches for you. It's what Euro suggests. And then you have the GFS here, which is the American model. You can kind of see here showing the same, basically, upwards of 3, maybe 5 inches. Locally higher, that I was talking about for the southern side of Tennessee, those regions probably could get about 6, maybe 7 inches or so. So we'll see. I expect 3 to 5 for you folks, and Weather Service has 3 to 7, locally higher. So I don't think we're gonna be getting that much out there. See, we never get snow, so it's a lot for us. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. Well, there you go. You're getting the storm here. We've, the pattern that we're in here is kind of trending for storms deeper down so far we've seen this year. This last snowstorm that we just had cut through the mid-Atlantic, those people were overdue for snow. This storm here is a lot further south too. A lot of this is due to that cold air that's just really infiltrated our country here from up north, So basically, from all that cold air that's pretty much set us up to be in snow when some form of moisture comes through. For example, this event here, this snowstorm is from the Pacific. We basically have this the tropical or subtropical jet stream. We have a lot of moisture that's basically just jetting its way across the south. Between that and the mixture of cooler air that's already been built into our country here, it's allowing for winter weather to occur. So the moisture is being brought from the subtropical jet, and the cool air that's been brought down from the last system, and just from how cold it's been, is allowing for this to happen further south, basically. Is this happening more tomorrow or more on Friday? So from what it looks like, I think it's gonna be late. Yeah, it looks like early Friday, for the morning of Friday is when you guys are going to be really feeling that, basically. See, Troy, Ohio's overdue for a blizzard. Yeah, so is the Mid-Atlantic out where I used to live, where my dad still lives here, too. But, all right, everybody, well, I have one more zip code. I can do one more zip code for you guys, and I'm going to roll off here. So if there's anybody in the chat, first person to throw down their zip code, I will do I'll do your zip code before I roll off here, and then I'll be giving a shout out to the donators today. Once again, we really appreciate you folks who supported us today. Much appreciated, guys. You guys helped make this possible. This wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for your guys' support. So for the people who have donated and supported us, we very much. But yeah, we'll do one more zip code, and then we'll call it a night. And by the way, once again, everybody, if you haven't already, consider subscribing, leaving a like. It'll be greatly appreciated. And all right, Wendy is locking in for the last zip code of the night. Let's see, 35904, 35904. This is in, my friend. Let's see here, between 2 and 4 inches of, snow. Total snow and sleet accumulations between 2 and 4 inches overall, plus a little bit of like I said, a little bit of sleet, freezing rain could be mixing in there as well. Chris, I'll do yours as well, man. I feel bad leaving you out. Let's see here. So you, my friend, you're up in North Carolina. We got a winter storm watch here. So 1 to 3 inches, not in the mountains. Yeah, outside the mountains. So off of the mountains, 1 to 3. On the mountains, 3 to 6, basically. Crystal says almost to 30,000. We are getting there, man. We're getting really close. I'm so excited, dude. You know what? One of these days, I'm working for that play button, man. I want to get that play button so bad, dude. I really do, man. That play button is, I already have it. I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to replace this old light, with my play button when I get it. So I hope to maybe get close to it by the end of the year. We'll have to see. My man, Roadster Jim, coming in with a $20 super chat, man. Roadster, dude. Thank you so much, man. Coming in with a $20 super chat. Saying thanks, Drew. Roadster, thank you, man. Seriously. That is really appreciated. Roadster Jim, huge shout out goes to you guys. Please in chat, please say a thanks to Roadster for the support. People like Roadster help keep us up and running. We appreciate you. Roadster, thank you, man, for the $20 super chat. I appreciate it. How much snow is Granbury going to get? All right, we'll do this, and then we're going to head off, guys. Okay? It's getting a little bit late. But, yeah, I'll do yours real quickly. Once again, Roadster, man, I appreciate you, dude. I really do. Granbury has, let's see here, total snow and sleet accumulations up to 2 inches. Ice accumulations around 1/10 of an inch or so. So a little bit of slippery conditions and, up to 2 inches of snowfall. So it's a little bit, not a whole lot. Just enough to do a little bit of something. But, all right, everybody. Well, that's going to wrap it up here. Let me go ahead and give a thank you to the supporters here. All right, here we go. Shout out to these people. Big shout out goes to Crystal Joyce, Freebird Proxy, Jason Tay, Jason again, Crystal, Barefooted, and Roadster Jim. Once again, everybody, thank you guys for the people who have supported us. Once again, Crystal, Joyce, Freebird, Proxy, Jason Tay. Let's see here. Crystal. Did I already say Crystal? Yeah. Crystal, Barefooted, and Roadster Jim. Thank you guys once again for your support. Big shout out goes to those people. Like I said, if it's you guys help make this possible. So I just want to say a big thank you to you all for supporting us. And if you haven't already, guys, consider hitting that subscribe button, leaving a like. It'd be greatly appreciated. We love y'all. Please be careful out there. We'll keep you guys updated. We'll go live again tomorrow for sure. We'll do another live stream tomorrow evening to kind of give you all an update on what's going on at the time and what you can expect and stuff like that overall. But all right, everybody. Well, you guys take care. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your night. Sonia says, thank you, Andrew. No problem. No problem. You guys are very, very welcome. But all right, everybody. Well, stream's going to head off here in approximately 1 minute. So go ahead and say goodbye to your friends, your family, anybody you're hanging out with here in the chat. Once again, everybody, thank you guys so much for joining. You guys take care. Please be careful out there. And all righty, everybody. Thanks for joining. You guys take care. We'll catch you guys in the next one. And all right, once again, guys, please be safe. If you haven't already, on your way out, hit that subscribe button. Leave a like. Be greatly appreciated. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining. See ya later on. Peace out.